Hello, hello, Faith here. So, I am going to give you three super simple techniques you can use in the moment if you're experiencing anxiety. If you don't know me well, my area of expertise is helping you change your brain so that you can heal anxiety and chronic symptoms for good. I made a list of three really basic ones that you can use. So, depending on like where you are in your journey, anywhere from like this is brand new to you to you're a complete expert, anyone can access this. So what I want you to do is once I'm done with this video, just write down like how you're going to implement this in your day-to-day life and have it with you. So like have it with you on the train, on your phone, or when you're walking out and about, wherever you are, have it somewhere that it's accessible so that you can take it out. Because when you're in the moment, you aren't able to access your thinking facilities when you're having an anxiety attack or you're having a lot of anxiety. So you need to have it ready. That's how you're going to set yourself up for success. Okay. So, number one on my list is called pattern interrupt with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, when you have anxiety, this is just this kind of repetitive neural firing, right? So it's this um, pattern that your brain has gotten into. And the idea is that you're going to break this habituated pattern with a really simple 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 trick. So it's five things you can see. So, for example, you're in the moment, you're having anxiety, you look around for five things you can see and you name them. Four things you can feel, right? Feel with your senses. Three things you can hear, two things you can smell, one thing you can taste. So, what happens here is you're redirecting your attention into the body. So, you're coming back into the present moment. So, anxiety is fear of an unwanted future. If you can manage to get yourself back in the present, you're not going to be feeling anxiety anymore. Now, this can be very difficult to do without some sort of trick. So that's why this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 trick is really great because it gives you somewhere to focus your attention, but without actually having to just focus on nothing because that doesn't really work. Okay, so five things, um, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1: touch, taste, see, smell, hear, right? So these are your senses. I want you to practice this prior to having anxiety again. So it's not like you're having to figure it out for the first time when you've never actually done it before. Okay, the next one I have for you is the what's working shift. So, when you're having anxiety, your reticular activating system, which is the part of your brain that deletes, distorts, and generalizes, is going to be scanning only for danger. And it's going to be primed to really delete anything that is working, to distort any part of your reality that is working in your favor, that is, um, you know, providing peace for you in the moment. So, what I want you to do is kind of break this loop that you're in and start to list what is working for you right now. So, this is kind of you manually overriding the software to shift your focus and that part of your brain, the reticular activating system, to focus on what's working well for you. And this is going to bring safety to the nervous system. So, for example, my breath is steady because you can control that. You drop your breath into the deeper belly, into your diaphragm, and make it very, very slow. This is also going to put the autonomic nervous system, really signal to the autonomic nervous system that there is no imminent threat. I am safe where I am seated or where I'm standing. Looking around with your eyes is important. So scan from side to side. This is a very primitive kind of nudge to, hey, in our periphery, there's no imminent threat, and this is also gonna signal safety, right? I have support available. Think of the support you have, right? Anything that is working for you now, I feel grounded on my own 2 feet. I can go get some fresh air. Whatever it is that's working, you want to start listing those things. You've now broken the loop of the reticular activating system that is filtering out what is working for you. And remembering that in every moment, there are two aspects: there are unwanted aspects and wanted aspects. So you can actually override the software that's consistently looking towards the unwanted to look towards the wanted. And the way that you do that is by using these types of tools in the moment. And that's really going to make the difference for you. Okay. Lastly, the future you anchor. So this one is my favorite because I am a huge fan. Like, if you know my work at all, you know I am obsessed with future you visualization. This is the fastest way to collapse timeline between where you are now and where you want to be. So, what I want you to do when you have anxiety is to close your eyes and imagine yourself in the future anxiety free. And I want you to ask yourself that version of you in the future. How does she breathe? What does her posture look like? What is she focusing on? Where is she putting her attention? For 60 seconds, and you can set a timer, I want you to mimic her breath, her body language, and her focus, meaning where she's putting her attention. So, this primes your subconscious to associate now with safety and rewires your brain towards that identity. This is something like I'm giving you a micro version of what I have my students do and what our work is that we do together is massively getting clarity on her, the healed version of you, and really starting to get a good understanding of how she breathes, how she acts, how she thinks, how she walks, talks, and her self image, all of that. But I want to kind of make this as applicable to in the moment anxiety as possible by focusing on those three things. So it's how does she breathe? What does her posture look like? And what is she focusing on? Answering those three questions and embodying those for 60 seconds. Your subconscious and your nervous system don't know the difference between what's happening in the future and what's happening now because it's unconscious and it doesn't understand time. So, if you start to embody this future healed version of yourself now, your subconscious is going to think that that is the reality, that you are that person right here, right now. And technically, you are her. The only thing standing between you and her is your perception of time. Okay. So this is where we get a bit woo woo, right? But I won't take it too far. That's reserved for other coaching conversations. But here were your three techniques. All right. Pattern interrupt with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The what's working shift and the future you anchor. I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know how it goes.